Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. And today is part 2 for ranking Plants vs Zombies planks. I will be doing 6 in this video, and I will be doing 2 more parts ranking these. And I'm sorry I didn't say this in the last video, but though do not take this seriously. This is my personal opinion. With that out the way, let's get started. My number 6 spot, I have Chomper. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Chomper for many reasons, because even though he's good with damage, his main attack is just uh, biting, which can sometimes do little damage to an enemy, and one spit move. Even though that is fairly strong, that is not that strong, and it has a small delay, and the Chomper itself, when you're running, it's at the end of the running, it kind of stops in place, so it kind of makes you slow. And personally, I'm not a big fan of Chomper, but if I have to play him, I guess I'll play him. But I don't really like Chomper as much. And starting at my number 5, I have Kernel Corn. Personally, I like Kernel Corn, but one of the reasons why I don't like him is because, yeah, he's okay, and damage-wise, he's really good, and he has no, like, other type of, stop. But though, just his main attack, it doesn't deal no splash damage, and it just really, how do I say this? It's only really deals damage if you're really hitting the enemy. If you're not hitting the enemy, you're just hitting a random spot. And personally, I'm not a big fan of that. But the reason why I put it at number 5 is because his other moves, Colonel Husk, it's really good. Does splash damage, but it does have a very slow recharge. This, guess it's good, but in the other game it was better because it actually dealt damage. It's just either slows down zombies or just in general is just I don't know. And and the one a fly kernel move, it's good, but if but though it kind of has a slow recharge, and in general, this character is good if you're really good at aiming, but if you're like a little like me who uses Peashooter a lot and depends on splash damage, you are not gonna get the best out of this character. My number 4 spot, I have Nightcap. Personally, I kind of like Nightcap. For his fast running speed, I think he might be the fastest from each plant. Reason why I don't like him. His main attack, like with Kernel Corn, no splash damage, and it's a small hitbox and does little damage. And there's no damage buildup the more you hit an enemy. So if you're doing really good, yeah, I guess it's good. But the reason why it's at number 4 is because his moves, his or her moves, I don't know. But though, first is the Vanish Cast. I'm sorry about that. Though Vanish Cap is really good because it kind of speeds you up, makes zombies slow. I think it I think it's I actually don't know. But though, sorry about that, but though, pretty much, the reason why I don't like this move is because, yeah, it hides your allies, but it has a fast, a time that it depletes, and it doesn't give you no advantage. So, like, it doesn't give you no, like, damage advantage, at least that's what I think. If I'm wrong, tell me down in the comments. But though, like, it has no damage booster, and it has no speed booster, and just in general is a move that if you accidentally used it, it would be okay, but people would know where you were from the fact that it's a big shadowy orb like this. Like, it's a big shadowy orb, and other zombies can actually go in here and do the same thing. At least I think. But though, this move, it's really good, but it has low energy, and say that you're running, it kind of stops you for that little bit to just makes you run again. And even though it is good, it's pretty much like the shadow area where like it's pretty much the same thing. But one thing about the character that really brings him up is this. It's high damage, and it's actually kind of fast, but the downside is it has a fast recharge, and the enemy could be running. And also another thing that I noticed when I played this character is when I did the move, sometimes enemies can kill you in it. So I guess the move's good, but it's off, and I would play the character if I had to, but it's just, eh. Number 3, we have Sunflower. I personally love playing Sunflower, but the reason why I put it at number 3 is because it's not like kernel corn, but you gotta use prestigion, or I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but though, you really gotta aim, and but the benefits of that is, you might all know this, it's a healer. And actually, you can use the one sunflower move, or like the sun move, without losing no momentum. And you can actually take some sun if you jinx an enemy, or like if you like move, you know, if you like, just I don't know how to explain it. You probably know what I'm talking about. And also, just the healing move itself, it's really good because it could give them bonus health, and just in general is actually good. But I wish it had like some advantage that, like from the last game, you would be able to get like a better version of it, but it's just the same version. But the middle move, it's pretty good, but if enemies are behind you, kind of makes you vulnerable, and even though damage is high, it could possibly get you killed. And also, just moving around is very, if you're aiming and like you want to like hit an enemy, I guess it's fast. Or if you're just doing this, which if you're zoomed out, it would give you a bad time because it would pretty much make you have like not decent aim. And like I said earlier, it's pretty much like kernel corn, where you gotta have like really good accuracy. So I play the character, I love playing the character, but some flaws. Coming at number 2, we have Snapdragon. I personally love playing Snapdragon for many reasons, because just in general, it's a really good fire attack, and it has actually a really good spread attack, so it spreads to other enemies and doesn't like stay on one enemy like in some other games. It actually goes through enemies with the fire. Also, another reason why is the zoom in attack is really good because it has splash damage, and just in general is actually pretty good with ranged, and if you jump and get the perfect angle, you could snipe a zombie, which sometimes happens to me. But some of the moves are really good, have some flaws. Like the flying move, it's really good, but in general, it could possibly be better. Because sometimes when I would use it, the enemy would just get me in the air, or just possibly I would hit an enemy, not killing him, almost killing him, or vanishing him. And the one fire attack, this attack, really good. But the downside is that it has a gap, so if a zombie's in the middle or near the middle, it could screw you over. And I would say it's a fairly good, but it's a small hitbox and just a small range of flame. But the Z or the one flame attack is really good, because once you get a very high level, it starts homing, which that's what I have, and it does splash damage, and just is really good. So personally, if you need to clear a zombie area, I would pick Snapdragon for the dive attack, but beware, it might kill you. And this attack from the fact that it could kill a row of zombies, and this for the one splash damage. But be warned, one of the downsides to Snapdragon is that it makes sense, so the character isn't overpowered, but though it does have like this, it does have this one, I don't know what it's called, but it does have a recharge to it, so if you use it up, like I'm doing right now, the enemy could wipe you, and you can't do nothing about it. And if I'm correct, I think one benefit to that is if you get better upgrades, if you use an attack during that, like this or anything else, it's fairly good. And the fireball attack actually uses a good chunk of the recharge. Even though it is powerful, you could like run out really fast. Like I've done about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It takes 11 shots until you do it. And accuracy might not be good, but the splash damage is. So I would pick Snapdragon, but be warned about the one recoil or the one charge to it, and just in general, it's fairly good. For my number one, it's Peashooter. You all knew this for many reasons. Like I said earlier, splash damage, and just in general, it's a small character, giving you a smaller hitbox from the stem, and just in general, the height of the character can give you some benefits. Oh yeah, I apologize for not saying about Nightshade, about the hitbox, but to back on Peashooter, lots of moves, because even though the chili bomb did get a little nerfed, it's still really good. Like it has like a way bigger hitbox to it, and it does sometimes attract zombies, but just zombies in general just go to it. And the one hyper is really good because you could hover, and if you get further upgrades like I did, once you attack an enemy, it's just gonna magically refill. I say magically because, you know. But though, in the Gallanthy, I love this move for many reasons, because let me show you. In my upgrades currently, if you look here, many reasons why. This move right here is the best move for that, because it pretty much, I would aim for the head if you're using it with this perk, because say that there's a gargantuan, you could get on a high area and you could just aim for the head, because the head is like not the biggest, but though it's one of the biggest parts of the hitbox or just the model. And you could infinitely kill him, not infinitely until he dies. And just in general, this is really good because I normally aim for the head, but I sometimes aim for the body, and it's really good for bosses if they're standing still, because you could mow down their health like crazy. Same for treasure yetis and yetis in general. And let me show you the Feed the Beast right here. Every single time you hit an enemy, I think, or like earn a critical vanish, it like refreshes, which helps me a lot when I have that activated. So if you want a character that's really good on splash damage and just in general really good character, this is the character for you to pick. And personally, if you really like this character, this would personally for me, this would be the first character I would level up to master or to master like I am, because it really gives that one benefit. So you get better upgrades and just in general crazy strong, very strong upgrades. And yeah, that's all for the plants. Even though it was 2 episodes, this video is already like 18 minutes long, 17 minutes. So I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you ring the bell, hit subscribe, and make sure you like the video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful